this movie or this film with my eyes taped open and forced to endure the horror of what happened yesterday. I have to tell you, every time Adam Schiff got up to talk, I just said, I can't. And I either had to leave the room or just turn down the sound. I just can't anymore. I cannot with him.
You know, Adam Schiff isn't a witness yet. He tried to make himself a witness yesterday, and I think that's one of the major legal deficiencies. I don't know if the legal team for the White House has picked this up, is that he's characterizing the evidence, and that's not evidence. The evidence is the evidence. You go to a court, you go to a trial, lawyers, you know, practically speaking, think of it like this. They got a box of evidence to give to the court and tell the court this is how you should think about it.
Right.
And the Democrats are trying to get away with their characterization of the evidence as being the evidence. In fact, they went on a fishing expedition and found evidence of the following. There was a delay in the holding up of conveying aid to Ukraine. The transcript shows the president had 3 concerns, and he stated them. The internal bureaucrats, the deep state bureaucracy, had concerns about delaying it too long, objected to what they thought some of the reasons may or may not have been. They didn't have any evidence of that. And it went to the Ukrainians. That's what happened.
Right.
They're saying it happened for the following reasons, but there's no evidence that the reasons were inappropriate or improper. They may characterize it as inappropriate. And so they don't have the evidence. So what they're asking the Senate to do is, well, we went on a fishing expedition, couldn't find any evidence per se of misconduct. Give us a chance to go and ask again. And no court in their right mind would ever allow that to happen. And that's why they had the trouble they had yesterday. One of the most extraordinary aspects of it, and I was up late watching, they came up and they asked for an initial subpoena on Bolton late last night around midnight. Jerry Nadler went up there and attacked the entire Senate. Said, if you vote against us, you've been voting against us, you're all corrupt, you're all part of the conspiracy to cover this up. And, you know, I could see him attacking Mitch McConnell and saying crazy things like that. But there are 4 or 5 senators he needs to persuade on the Republican side to get this done. And they've given up persuading.
You know, the senators are actually, no matter what party they're in, are very prickly about being lectured by House members. You got to wonder what some of the longtime Democratic senators are thinking to themselves, as Jerry Nadler says that to them last night. He also said on some of the Sunday shows this past weekend that the Senate itself is on trial. So you got this, like, House member who comes waddling over to tell the senators that they are the ones who are guilty here. I got to imagine, no matter how they vote, that there are at least some Democratic senators, maybe like Patrick Leahy, some long-timers, who are sitting there thinking, okay, don't lecture me, buddy.
Well, they attacked the presidency, and now they're attacking the Senate. It's all part of the coup.
Yeah.
It's not about the rule of law. It's about trying to mischaracterize information out there about what happened during this phone call. Adam Schiff and his team have been caught mischaracterizing another set of documents, the Parnas documents.
Right.
You know, it says, well, we're trying to get a meeting with Mr. Z. Well, Mr. Z didn't turn out to be the Z that they had thought it was, or pretended to be. You know, they mistake, Mr. Z was an oligarch in Ukraine, not the president of Ukraine.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So, you know, but of course, the evidence doesn't show any improper conduct by the president. This is why the president keeps on saying to read the transcripts, because he intuitively understands that's the evidence. What Adam Schiff says about this count. And the Senate has to decide whether they're going to draw a line against this abuse or allow Adam Schiff to run not only roughshod over the House, but now take control of the Senate.
You know, you had said, Tom, that Adam Schiff is treating this like he's a witness and that he's not a witness. But he is a witness, isn't he? Because didn't he originally say that he met with the whistleblower, and then he walked it back and said, oh no, he met with someone in my office, and then we're supposed to believe that that person in his office didn't tell Adam Schiff anything about what they talked to Eric about.
Well, that's why I think his front and center role is so interesting. He says he's not a witness. He's testifying as if he's a witness, and as you point out, Mary, practically speaking, he is a witness. The Senate brief filed by the White House highlights the fact he's a fact witness. I don't understand why he's being allowed to make an argument. If you were a lawyer and you were a witness, and there's a credible reason to believe you might be called as a witness, you wouldn't be allowed to prosecute it. You'd have to recuse yourself, or the court would knock you out based on the conflict.
Okay, I want to get your reaction in just a moment to how you think the president's legal team is handling all this, because I know you had a lot of opinions coming into the trial about the way this should be conducted, and in fact, you wanted to see it dismissed right away instead of even getting to the point we're at now.